Hi, my name is Manuel and I'm a brand designer based in Benin and I'm on ChitChat with OpenShore.
Hi, my name is Meno. I'm a software developer. I'm based in Benin. I'm doing ChitChat with OpenShore.
When someone says let's collaborate, what's your gut reaction? Like, what do you get from
Okay, my gut reaction.
Okay, I think I get excited at first. That's the feeling you will get when someone says, okay, let's collaborate, because you know that, okay, you want to share idea with somebody on a project. It might actually turn sideways along the line, but I think the first feeling I get is, okay, let's work.
Okay, I think I will be partially excited because I will want to know what kind of collaboration. Is it just for the vibes or we're building something real? Because if we're building something real, then I will be like, let's cook that thing.
What was your experience the very first time you collaborated with somebody?
Okay.
What made that collaboration so different from you working with
So the first time I collaborated with someone was, I think last year or so, on a skincare brand, one skincare brand, and it was very nice because I collaborated with a senior colleague in the industry, and I think that was a major shift for me. I got to learn certain things that I didn't know before. I understood strategy more, like brand strategy and the rest of them, and yes, that's what I learned.
Okay, I think my first collaboration was actually interesting. It was actually with a designer. You know, the guy was like fully present, not the usual designing phase where you give me your Figma design and write code. The guy was practically with me all through the process, bringing those little contributions like, why is this button here? What is the user feel at the moment? If they click this button, what will be the experience? You know, understand? So sometimes I will give those nasty reactions like, come on, bro, I'm just trying to put it at the middle. I'm just trying to center this thing. You get the point. But those little contribution actually like changed everything. It was no longer just my code or his design. It was the total experience for both of us, a whole new experience.
So, in the world of a designer, what's the difference between collaborating and division of the work?
Okay, I think dividing work is different from collaborating in the sense that a front-end developer can do their work, I can do mine, for example, as a back-end developer, and at the end of the day, we pray it all works together. But when you collaborate, there's this sense of carrying everyone along with a deep understanding of what the product is all about. So even if I touch your part, it's not going to change anything, it still feel as the same.
Okay, I think collaborating is sharing like empathy with who you are collaborating with. Like you are present in the job, you are asking questions, you're making sure that okay, you guys are in sync. You understand, from drafting out strategies to copies to knowing the tone of voice for the brand and the rest of them. Like you guys are just concerned. And when it comes to the visual part, okay, if this person is to handle the logo or this person is to handle the illustration, you are always there to know why and certain choices were made. So that's what I think.
Now, working with someone ever genuinely change the direction of the creative outputs or just the speed of the work?
I think collaborating with someone that is effective will always affect your product creatively. The reason is because when you are working alone, there is always a blind spot. And that person that you are collaborating with will be able to see what you are saying. No matter how smart or intelligent you are, your idea still remains in your head. It is when you bring it out and then discuss it with people, you start seeing the loopholes and all that. So collaborating with somebody always make a creative impact. Always.
I'll say both. Yes, both the direction and speed. Because I worked with someone and I realized that I have to, in a way, learn illustration. So since that, I developed a team for illustration and started practicing because of how I collaborated, and I knew that okay, this is something that some certain brands need for them to stand out. Some certain brands need for them to like actually convey their messages to the target audience. So, and for speed too, yes, knowing the tools to use to get certain things has that it came to me while I was collaborating with somebody because I knew that, okay, no, it has made, okay, it has made my work faster in a way because knowing the right tools to use actually enhances the speed of your work for me, yes.
What does a good collaborator give you that you constantly cannot give yourself?
Basically, the blind spot that I said. The blind spot. They see what you cannot see. Yes, they see what you cannot see.
Direction. Yeah. Okay. I mean, for instance, you're working with someone that you know that, okay, this person is, I can learn from this person, and you get to collaborate with this person. Definitely, the direction is going to be swift. For instance, okay, let's say you know we call them like junior designer, you know that, okay, this is the step that my boss is taking. Though we are collaborating, he's asking me like, okay, what have you done? This is what you're going to, and you see that, okay, why not take this route? Or why not search for this? Or why not use this? Or, okay, I think this color is good because, you see, that direction, you cannot know it. You cannot know it like, except you study hard, but if you work with someone that, okay, you know that is higher than you, definitely, it's fast. Instead of you spending time watching tutorials, you can just get it.
What one thing you think people misunderstand for collaboration, which is not really collaboration, when working together?
I don't really think group work. Let's say, okay, when you are, okay, we have a brand identity to do, and we've shared it that, okay, you are doing this, you are doing that, and there's no, everybody is just nonchalant, everybody just doing their thing and waiting for, how will I say it now, waiting for you now to like, okay, this is where I've gotten to, before they share the idea, like, how would I put it? I'm sorry, I'm trying to get the best scenario to paint this. Say for instance, now you're working on a project, you guys are 4, okay, and one person is to handle the logo, another person to handle illustration. Okay, say for instance now, me, I'm to handle the logo and I'm doing that. And then I'm not getting any response from my team member that, guy, where have you gotten to? What have you done? Okay, let me see, let's see, at least let's hold the meeting, let's talk about something. Then maybe when the stakeholder or whoever is in charge of the project calls for it and everybody like, I'm waiting for this person, no. I don't think that's collaboration to me.
You bring me in to build your idea. That's not collaboration. Do you know what collaboration really means? You bring your idea. You want me to collaborate with you. If I really want to collaborate with you, I will put money aside. Just know that I will criticize your idea. We will disagree several times. We might even like change the entire idea to become something else. Because when you are contemplating, when you are betting something, it is always 100% good in your head until you bring it out. So somebody that really wants to collaborate with you, once you bring it out, that person will be able to see the loopholes inside. It's just like you are testing a product, for example. After designing it, you feel, the logic is okay, blah, 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 this thing will be perfect. And then you start testing. You invite your QA to come and test, and then you start seeing bugs that you didn't even imagine would be there. So somebody collaborating with you will be able to see those things. So when you bring the idea, they'll tell you that this thing, if you take it out, I don't think it's going to be the way you expect it to be. From my experience, this is what I can say, because your experience is different from the other person's experience. So we see from our experience, we work from our experience. So as long as the other person's experience is different, there will always be a change in when you collaborate. Terrible. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. That's not collaboration. You are just like, you are just, should I use the word, dividing the work? Let me use that word. You know, you ask a question related to that. This is called division. You bring your idea, for example, you just want me to design your idea as it is, so we are not collaborating. So, you know, in the computer world, there's what they call garbage in, garbage. And so as you bring the idea, you want me to give it to you like that. No suggestion, nothing. Even if it is wrong, or just your idea, do it and give me back.
Okay, yes, I've been in one and I didn't feel good because there's no room for you as a designer to express yourself. You just feel it's just like this orgacentric thing. Yeah, this is what I want you to do. But I think it should be better. No, this is what I want you to do. I don't think sometimes it doesn't sit well with me.
Is it possible to collaborate with someone whose creative instincts you don't respect?
I don't think I would want to. But I don't respect it. I don't think I would want to. I don't feel okay. Why should I collaborate with you if I don't respect? Okay, if I feel like, okay, there's no need. Let's just exactly.
Honestly, no, you can't collaborate. The reason is because, you see, collaboration requires trust. If I don't trust how you think, you can't influence how I think.
Tell us about the moment when collaboration almost broke down and what caused it and how did you see that collaboration?
I think I had an experience like that last year. We were working on a project. I was working on the back end and the other person was working on the front end. So remotely, I was working from Benin and he was working from Lagos. So I designed the back end and we normally have our sprint meeting once in a week. So while we were on the meeting, there was some bug we noticed on the front end and we were like trying to discuss with him and all that. And he said the code is coming from the back end, that he needs to write the back end by himself to fix the bug. You understand that? You know, most times scenarios like this, it has to do with ego. You get the point. When you allow ego to take the place of your work, most times you don't see the wrong that you are doing, you always see the other person's wrong. So I think what we did at that point to actually solve that, I had to discuss with the PM, the project manager, and said the goal of this project is not for us to argue. We have a product to do, we have deadlines. So if you feel that what he's saying is right, then let's go ahead with it, rather than wasting time.
Okay, there was a project that we were working on, and I think I am a friend that is also a designer, and the issue there was ego. Like, I wanted this, he wanted that. I was not seeing it from his direction. He was not seeing it from my direction, and we were stuck. So I just had to like, okay, let's do your bidding, and that was how we just skip that process and finish the project.
When creative people collaborate, whose ego usually gets in the way first? And how do you deal with yours?
The truth is that it can be anybody. Exactly. It can be anybody. But I think if you would have a proper conversation and try to see reason, because definitely you have to, one has to bend his or her ego, and if you prove adamant, it's delaying the project, and that's bad for work too, because you will not meet the deadline for the project that you have given to your client, and that's bad for business. So definitely you have to like, okay, if you think this is better, then let's work with it.
It's when it comes to work, at one point in time, all of us, we all have that spirit, that ego. Yeah. We all have that ego in us, you see. Because when I've been in several meetings, I've worked remotely both in and outside the country, you get the point. When we are having a meeting, the designer will always feel like I'm the one in charge of everything here, so they have to say, go with what I have designed, you get the point. And then the front end will design whatever they like, and they want the back end to just do it according as they've designed, you know. So a back end will disagree with that, and everybody, you see the ego flying all over the place, you get the point. This one want to stand on their own side of view, the other party will want to do their own, and at the end of the day, you see chaos. So it boils down to the answer I gave in the last question. The person in charge, because it's either the product manager decide or decide to bring down your ego and then collaborate. That is where collaboration will come in. Because when you collaborate, nobody will care about, okay, this part, this is how I want it to be, my own is the best, my own is that, my own is that. You work together. You think together, you plan together, you work together. So even if I'm at the back end and I tell the designer, this button is not supposed to be here, you will at least look at it, okay, it's true, let me put it up a bit. That is collaboration.
So do you think creating some different disciplines like designer, developer can truly collaborate?
I think they can collaborate if they decide to put aside us and them, because that's where the battle is, us and them. So if they decide to put that aside and focus on the project, I think they can collaborate.
I think when it comes to collaboration, it is you as a person. Because it doesn't matter if you are a designer or it's the interest that you show. You understand on a project that, okay, the interest that you show to your team members, that's what I feel collaboration is, because we can still just coexist on a project and like, okay, I'm waiting for this, or no, I'm waiting for that. But then when it's human personality that, okay, fine, guy, what's up now? How is it going from your end? What have you done? Then you understand that, okay, this person actually cares, and okay, fine. That's when I feel that that's collaboration.
What's one thing about collaboration and nobody in the creative space talks about openly enough?
Takes time. It takes time because we are working with people with different ideas, so it takes time definitely when you are trying to review, and also it is not easy to bend your ego, to play that ego task. So like, okay, fine, yeah, let's work with this. It's not always easy. I feel we don't talk about it enough.
It's very slow. Slow. In the sense that we disagree to agree. You know, we can like finish a product and then somebody will just come in that one of the collaborators will say, oh, this thing is not supposed to be here, this thing is supposed to be like this. They will have to go and change it again. I remember there was a time I designed an interface and one of the collaborators said, why will this chain be actually here? Why did you add this feature to it? What will the user do with it? Does the user actually need this right now? Because that's why we have versioning. When a version is coming out, there's a specific thing that is supposed to come out for that specific version. So that was why he made that statement. Does the user actually need this right now? You get the point? So that's collaborating, meaning you go back and remove that. So that process is slow revision. You keep revisiting it till you get what you want.
If you could give one piece of advice to young creatives about choosing who to collaborate with, what would that be?
My advice is experience will teach you. I feel there's no how you will not, because you cannot discern the best, like, okay, if I collaborate with this person, I think I'll have the best. It might go sideways. I just feel experience will teach you. And when you are working on, like when you are collaborating with somebody and you feel that, okay, you guys are not connecting, you don't feel you can learn, I feel it's better to opt out. You get, because there's no how you can escape it. You will get the good, the bad, and the best when collaborating with people. So it's an experience that you yourself will just have to undergo. You get. So my own is, if you feel the workspace or it's not conducive for you, or you feel it's very toxic, you opt out.
Okay, I think collaboration should be magical. And for it to be magical, you have to work together. You only learn when you work together. You can't know it all, I can't know it all. When we work together, you learn from me, I learn from you. And that is what collaboration really is.